Most of us say that we want to be known. We want a partner who understands us, a friend we can call without preparing what to say, someone who can see the parts of us that are uncertain, ordinary, needy, or afraid, and does not immediately turn away. But when we meet someone new, we rarely begin with the truth. We begin with a version, a little more confident, a little more interesting, a little less complicated. We hide the need behind independence. We hide the fear behind humor. We hide the loneliness behind a life that looks full. And then something strange happens. People may like the version we created, but we still do not feel known. This may be one of the deepest contradictions in modern relationships. We are desperate to be accepted as we are, yet we are terrified of showing anyone who that is. What are we afraid of? That we will not be attractive enough, not successful enough, not fashionable, relaxed, intelligent, funny, or emotionally easy enough. We fear that if another person sees the unedited version, they will decide that someone else is better. And what do we want? Not endless attention, not another match, follower, or message. We want to be taken seriously. We want to be remembered. We want to know that our presence matters even when we are not entertaining anyone. Digital life did not create this fear. Human beings have always managed impressions and protected vulnerable parts of themselves. But digital platforms have given that fear a new language. The profile, the photograph, the short description of who we are and why someone should choose us. We learn to present ourselves like an answer to another person's preferences, and we learn to examine other people in the same way. Dating can begin to resemble recruitment. Friendship can become networking. Personality can become branding. The problem is not that these tools are incapable of creating real relationships. Many meaningful partnerships and friendships begin online. The problem begins when the logic of the profile follows us after the introduction. When we continue performing because we are afraid the real person will not be enough. More than 2,000 years ago, Lao Tzu used the image of an uncarved block, something natural before it has been polished, labeled, and shaped into a useful object. To the modern mind, uncarved can sound unfinished. Many of us absorb the message that we must keep improving in order to remain valuable. Improve the body, improve the career, improve the personality, improve even the version of ourselves we present online. But Lao Tzu asks us to consider what may be lost when everything is shaped for approval. The uncarved block is not worthless because it has not been perfected. Its value does not begin when someone finds a use for it, and perhaps neither does ours. This does not mean that every impulse is wise or that growth is unnecessary. It means that growth and self-rejection are not the same thing. You can change without treating your current self as an embarrassment. You can learn without turning your personality into a permanent renovation project. And you can meet another person without immediately deciding what they are worth to you. Real intimacy is not complete transparency with everyone. Boundaries matter. Trust must be earned. Not every stranger deserves access to your most vulnerable thoughts. The question is not whether you reveal everything. The question is whether there is anyone with whom the performance can gradually stop. That person may be a partner, a close friend, a sibling, someone from a community that has remained present over time. The title of the relationship matters less than what becomes possible inside it. Can you laugh without monitoring yourself? Can you admit that you are jealous, confused, ashamed, or afraid? Can you share something unfinished without demanding an immediate solution? Can you sit in silence without feeling that you have failed to remain interesting? This is the kind of connection many people are searching for, not merely someone to talk to, someone in whose presence they no longer need to advertise themselves, But how do we choose a person worthy of that trust? We often imagine that if we choose correctly, we can avoid years of pain. So we search for certainty at the beginning. We inspect compatibility, ambition, appearance, habits, beliefs, and future plans. Some of this is necessary. Safety matters. Character matters. Shared values matter. But no checklist can tell you everything. That time will reveal how someone responds when you disappoint them, whether they remain kind when nothing exciting is happening, whether they can hear your pain without making it about themselves, whether they protect what you reveal instead of using it against you later. These qualities are not visible in a profile. They appear through repeated attention, through ordinary days, through conflict, repair, patience, and consistency. Choosing carefully is wise. Believing that one perfect choice can remove all uncertainty is not. No person can guarantee that you will never be hurt. No relationship can remain permanently inside its first excitement. After attraction comes reality. And reality asks a different question. Not, did I select the perfect person? But are we becoming people who can remain honest, responsible, and present with one another? This is where Wu Wei, action without forcing, becomes useful. It does not mean trusting everyone. It does not mean staying where you are mistreated. It does not mean waiting passively for the right person to rescue you from loneliness. It means allowing trust to develop at the speed of evidence. Not forcing closeness before it is safe, and not destroying the possibility of closeness by demanding certainty before it can exist. It means offering one honest thing and watching how it is held, then another. It means noticing whether the other person is curious about your inner world or only interested in the role you play in theirs. It means asking whether you can disagree without becoming disposable, and whether both of you can become less polished without becoming less respected. Confidence does not mean believing that everyone will accept you. They will not. Some people will misunderstand you. Some will prefer someone else. Some relationships will end even when you have been sincere. Real confidence is quieter. It is knowing that rejection does not prove that the hidden self was shameful. It is knowing that you do not need to become universally desirable in order to be deeply loved. It is knowing that the people who can only accept your performance cannot remove your loneliness. Perhaps loneliness is not always the absence of people. Sometimes it is the distance between the person we present and the person we are. The wider that distance becomes, the more attention can feel strangely empty, because the attention is landing on someone we invented. The Taoist answer is not to expose yourself carelessly. It is to become less divided, to stop carving away every part of yourself that may be difficult to market, to stop treating ordinary human needs as evidence of personal failure, to offer attention instead of evaluation, and to look for people who do the same. So ask yourself this: who knows something real about you? Who has shown that they can hold it with care? And where are you still performing because you believe the truth would make you unlovable? The beginning of connection may not be becoming more impressive. It may be becoming honest enough to be found.